beautiful night here in Orange, California. We are at Wilson Field, where the Chapman Panthers play home as they prepare to take on another big cat, the Clemson Tigers, coming all the way from the East Coast to take on the Chapman Panthers. Kyle, I'm Parker Bell alongside Kyle Carr here for CSBN. Thank you, of course, to our CSBN team, who always do a great job. We have Zoe and Nathaniel in the back and the whole team. We want to shout out to you guys for getting this going. Lacrosse, whew, this is going to be an exciting matchup of the D1 MCLA network here. Kyle Carr, do you have anything you need to say to these viewers who are here to watch some great lacrosse?
Oh, definitely, Parker. Thank you, thank you. It is an insane division, let alone league. There's over 40 games being played today in the MCLA across the nation. So we're just going to cover our Southern Division with Arizona on top due to that 1-0 lead and the 3-0 wins and losses overall. If you look there, we got Chapman. They look like they're down low, but really, they're playing really well. They're up 3-1 on the season. They just haven't played any division games. However, UCLA has played some division games, and they're down there with an 0-3 record within the division and a 3-6 overall record. So there isn't to say there's a lot of competition within the division, Parker, but these Panthers are looking to finally get their game going today.
That's right. We know it's early on in the season, but of course a lot has already went down. So before we head into this matchup, we want to look to these two teams specifically. You know, last night Clemson already played a match against UCLA, so now they're playing back-to-back here against the Chapman Panthers. Now, when you're looking at these two teams, both with 3 wins, but the Clemson Tigers have played a few more games. So 3-5 on the season, while the Chapman Panthers are 3-1. But the important thing is that these two teams did match up against each other a couple years ago in 2021, and the Chapman Panthers came out on top, 17-10, courtesy of their main man, George McGurk, 7 goals that game. So Kyle Carr, I'm telling you, look for McGurk, Mr. McG, to have another exciting MVP-style game as he's coming fresh off of a Player of the Week award.
That is just an exciting game back then. 2021, it was just wonderful back-to-back action. And did you know, Parker, as much as we love watching these guys play, they actually pay to play.
Is that so?
Yeah, these players here at Chapman are a pay-to-play club, and it's kind of a pricey sport out there, and that's why we're excited to announce there is a fundraiser going on. Look at that screen right there. Bring out your camera phone, scan it, find out all the information you can about the Chapman Panther lacrosse program, and see what you can do to help today. These players appreciate it, and you're going to really appreciate it after you watch tonight's game.
That's right. These Chapman Panthers, they fight tooth and nail every night. They have been considered a powerhouse in the D1 network for so long now. We love that, you know, you guys continue to come out and support them every time they play. Just as we're here supporting them, we hope that you will do the same. So again, that information is available to you if you search it up. Now, the Chapman Panthers, Clemson Tigers, we know this is going to be an exciting matchup. The two teams are setting up on the field. So before we get this match going, we're going to toss it along to the national anthem. Kyle Carr again, this is Parker Bell.
Oh, actually, first we're going to head it off to Justin Lee.
Correct.
He's going to hang out with our
apologies.
coach real quick. Looks like Coach had something to say to him.
What'd you hear, Justin?
Thanks, guys. I thought you almost forgot about me down here, but good, absolute pleasure to be down here with you guys. I was talking to Coach Joel earlier this evening with the 3-1 record. Cool, calm, and collected, absolutely. Doing a really good job in his first year as head coach. Well, on the other side, Andrew is with the Clemson Tigers coming here today with a win after UCLA. So another, but Chapman. Hold on, for now, to you guys.
Thank you so much, Justin. It's just so much energy down there on the field. I think the music was kind of blowing out your microphone there.
You can hear Ozzy getting things going down there.
Ozzy's having a blast. So we're actually going to send it out to show you kind of an inside glimpse. Our own Angelique Ramirez sat down with the players. We got kind of an insight into what that locker room looks like.
Yeah, I'm always early.
Dante.
I was gonna say Dante too.
Yeah,
Could say Augie because he commutes a lot.
that is true. He doesn't show up to a lot.
Yeah, that's it's kind of
I know. Cut that out.
everyone has circumstances. Let's go Dante. Final
yeah,
answer.
let's go Dante. We'll go Dante.
Let's say Dante.
Dante is an interesting one.
Very relaxed fellow.
Yeah, super relaxed.
Never in a hurry.
Slightly confused. The summer's Augie Perazi is always late. He's always got something going on, but he won't tell you what it is.
He always has class but won't say his GPA. Griffey, because he's a wizard with the camera, Dodge School, but I feel like he's shooting in 2 cool locations that he's just having fun.
I would say, I'm gonna say Dante. It's most likely, and probably just because he's sleeping, doing something like that.
I would say George McGurk, just because he's a standout man and he's always got some other things going on, like school and stuff.
Troy Kennedy. I'd say Troy Kennedy or Charlie.
Oh yeah, Troy or Cam.
So I'd say I'd go with Cooper.
And I'd say Augie.
Yeah.
He's never on time.
Yeah.
I'd say Dante. Dante is always late to everything.
Yeah, I'd also have to say Dante. I feel like he's just always got something going on. He's missing pads or something like that. He's just always wearing different stuff.
Coach Brent, because he's always late.
I gotta say Troy Kennedy. Probably forgot his socks.
Augie. I would say just kind of because he's always late to practice.
He's got a commute.
Well, I guess Josh, just because he has class every day.
I'm gonna go with Coach Brent.
Yeah, that's a good one.
This guy's got his full-time job. He's got to come after.
It's definitely Augie.
Augie Perazi. I don't think I've ever seen Augie Perazi be on time this season.
Yeah. Probably me. Kind of. I have a lot of classes, you know. So.
Coop always pulls up late on the field.
Augie, he's getting coffee.
But maybe you.
Me, I mean, I have class on Wednesdays, so sometimes me when I come late to practice.
AB when he's riding his bike.
That's a good one.
I'm gonna go with Krutov, because he just like comes when he pleases. It's his team. We're just on it, you know.
I'd say Dante, because his locker got locked with some random lock.
Jason. Jason had probably has a 4.0.
He's really smart.
Yeah.
Good.
He's comp sci. Jason, final answer. I'm gonna lock that in.
I will too. I will lock it in as well.
I'd say Jason Bollinger for sure.
Computer science major. That kid works hard.
Yeah.
Definitely Jason.
Krutov, because he's going to be a future doctor, so he better have the best grades.
I'd probably go with Jason Bollinger.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Comp sci.
Comp sci major.
Yeah.
I would say, can we say 2? Yeah, I would say either Liam Nelson or George McGurk.
I'm gonna go with Elijah Bruggerman, just because I see him studying a lot. I know he really works on his academics.
I'd say me because I'm in Dodge and the classes are easy. Bruggy or John?
I'd say Wells.
Oh.
I'd say Jackson Wells because I feel like he's got it together.
Yeah, he's got his life together.
Ian Pace. I had him in a class last semester, and that he was really smart, and he answered every single question that the teacher would ask.
I would say Jason Bollinger.
Oh, that's a good one.
He's really smart.
That's a good one.
He's
That
the
is
goalie,
that is a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably you.
Appreciate that.
Will's pretty smart.
I'd say Jason Bollinger. He's a computer science major, hard worker. He's pretty quiet, so assume he's really smart too for some reason. I don't know why. But.
I gotta go Jason Bollinger.
Yeah, I'll go Jason too.
Dude, I feel like Gator
Gator's
would
a
be
good
one because he's a education major.
I think Voman.
Ooh, Voman's a sleeper.
Voman
Dude,
is a sleeper.
Voman's in some hard math classes.
Well, okay, I'm gonna go with Nick just because he's in Dodge and those kids don't get grades. So like, that man's definitely got the highest GPA.
I'm gonna go with Jason Bollinger.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
I think is it Voman?
Voman's pretty smart.
The last time we were in Minnesota, he was doing like some physics homework, and he was at after a game, he was doing physics homework until like 12.
Yeah, grinding it out. Voman's a good choice. I would say probably Jason Bollinger. He's just like wicked smart.
George,
Probably George or Grant. Grant has good grades too.
I'd say George or Dylan.
Ooh, yeah.
I'm gonna agree with that. George or Dylan.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Jason Bollinger.
Yeah,
The kid's
Jason.
literally a genius.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. Thank you guys for putting that together. That was amazing. Getting to know these players. I mean, that's something you don't see often. Shout out to Jason Bollinger for being a genius, right, Kyle?
Right? I need to find out what is doing for tutoring.
Man, I'm saying same. So before we get into this match, Kyle, the one thing we need to do is look at these key players on both ends, but we're going to be starting with the Clemson Tigers. So I have nailed down about 3 key players who are going to be someone you need to watch as a viewer. Ian Jackson on the Clemson Tigers, the attack man, is going to be the first you want to take a look at, all right? 17 goals on the season and 20 ground balls, so that guy is running around, moving and grooving and getting things going for the Clemson Tigers offense. And then right alongside him is going to be his partner, Aiden McNulty, another attack man, number 36, who also has 17 goals on the season and 12 ground balls. So look for those 2 attack men to be putting the pressure on the Chapman Panthers, but everything starts and ends with defense with Lacrosse. So we have seen the Clemson Tigers bring out about 2 goalies, and one of the key players we're watching is Calvin Anolis. Now, tonight, he's not going to be getting the start, but look for him to also be an energizer, come in there, get some saves, as he is their leading savesman with 58 saves on the season. But getting the start will be Matt Gilantano, so look for those 2 to be in the back, stopping Chapman Panthers from scoring. Now, Kyle, who do we have to look out for the Chapman Panthers?
Oh my gosh. Well, Parker, after that beauty that we just saw, there's clearly a bunch of beauties on this team. But first off, we got to bring up our man, George McCurrick, number 7. He is the leading scorer on this Panther team, and he has been for a couple seasons now. Like you said, he had 7 goals against Clemson before. But this season, he's got 14 goals, 10 assists. That's 24 points this season. And he's got 13 ground balls. So that means he's out there battling it out, making sure we can get it into the net. And next up, this guy, you can't start a play without winning a face-off. So number 21, William Curtis, with the mustache that gives mine a run for its money. He's our face-off specialist with 35 and 19 on the season, 64% at the X, and 18 ground balls as well. So you know these Panthers like to get their claws out and battle in the jungle. And next up, our own wall in the cage, Jason Bollinger, number 3. He's been hot for this Panther squad with a 3-1 record. That's a .633 percentage in the cage with 50 saves. And he will be getting the start tonight for this Panther squad. So definitely keep an eye on him as he looks to keep Clemson out of the cage and turn that ball around for the Panthers.
That's right, Kyle. These 2 teams, they certainly are in for a battle. I mean, we mentioned earlier they played last time, 2021, with George McGurk scoring 7 goals. I mean, you hope that the grad student McGurk can have a game like he did last time, Kyle. So before we get into this, I mean, what do you expect this match to be like?
I mean, the way that I've seen these Panthers play before, they do not like to give it an easy go. You know, they're a fast, hard, come-at-you team. A lot of north-south play. A little bit of east-west here and there when they need to shake off the defenders. Look, there's some quick feet out there. You saw Liam Nelson on the video. He's definitely a top player for this team. He's going to get in there and win some battles. There's just plenty of opportunities for these Panthers to capitalize, and they're going to take it as soon as they need to. But the Clemson Tigers are not something to be trifled with there, Parker.
That's right. You know, we've mentioned several times the battle of the big cats, the Tigers versus the Panthers. This certainly, these 2 teams are going to give themselves a run for their money. You can see the main man himself, McGurk, there in the middle of the huddle, mentally preparing himself as the teams relax, get in the huddle, you know, listen to their coach. As Little Uzi plays in the background, you know, you can hear it. But these 2 teams, man, I don't know. It's so early in the season, and it's hard to tell where these guys are going. But both have shown that they are fighters, and this is going to be a battle of the ages, really. I mean, East Coast, West Coast. Doesn't get much better than that.
Right. It's the battle of the nation, as you can say. And kind of an interesting fact about lacrosse, it's one of the first sports ever played in America. It was a Native American tribe that started it out in Massachusetts. And it was a way to honor the spirits around you and your ancestors, and everyone that's out there should be excited to play and should be honored to be out there on the pitch playing today. So we look forward to the energy that they're going to bring.
I love that. A little historical fact, you know, on the sport of lacrosse. That was awesome, Kyle. Now, the two teams are lined up, and we will be tossing it to the coverage of the national anthem.
Ladies and gentlemen, time is 7 o'clock. Welcome to Chapman. It is game time.
What a beautiful rendition of the national anthem. And as we honor the nation and the players honor the ground and the land that they get to play on, this beautiful sport, we got to talk to you about who's going to be starting for the Clemson Tigers. It's going to be a big matchup for the Panthers, and they're going to have their work cut out for them. As you can see in attack, we've got Nick Fusaro, and then we got Aiden McNulty, and we have Landon Snyder, Anthony Gallego, Michael McCushion, and Lucas Tinney. Also on mid, we got Gennaro Petrangelo, and on defense, Justin Quinsbury, Will Leonard, Cooper Chambly, and in goal, Matthew Galliatano.
That's right, and that's your Clemson Tigers and the home field Chapman Panthers. Looking at the starting lineup for those guys, we will be seeing on attack George McGurk, the grad student, and the ever so fancy looking, look at those glasses, Luke Morissette, no relation to Alanis. We have in defense Dylan Hartenov, Nicholas Griffith, and then another midi, Liam Nelson, not to be mistaken with Liam Neeson. And we have our long stick midi, Camden Morris, and in the back, the ever so smart Jason Bollinger, alongside Willem Curtis, Michael Morrison, and another long stick midi, Troy Kennedy. Look for these Panthers to get things going early, Kyle. We're in for a great fight as the two teams line up against each other to shake hands.
As the handshake is done, the captains meet, the starting 10 for both sides come together, and we are excited as these players get hyped and they get ready. Let's bring you all the action here at Wilson Field at Ernie Chapman Stadium. They're lining up at the X. And the face-off is off. Chapman rolls it out, and they come up with the ball. Will Curtis picks up the ball, and they are battling it out in their defensive half, trying to get it out, but the Clemson Tigers surround him. Chapman gets the ball. Chapman moves into the attacking zone. The long stick works it in. Little play into the middle near the crease. Good defense by the Tigers. Tigers swoop it up. Try to fling it out, but Chapman's there with the pressure. It goes out of bounds.
Working hard on that back line, number 7, George McGurk.
They're going to give it to the Tigers after that missed pass.
All right, so Kyle, already the Chapman Panthers off to a hot start. A lot of possession. It was a good clear there by the Chapman Panthers, but Clemson Tigers did a good job on defense to stop that attack.
Oh, a little mishandle there by the Tigers.
Pushes the ball, possession, Clemson.
After that push is called, Clemson gets the ball, and they're going to try to move it back into the attacking zone. Nice pass up.
All right, remember the 2 attackmen to look for over on the Clemson Tigers end is going to be Ian Jackson and Aiden McNulty, number 3 and number 36 on your screen. The 2 leading goal scorers for the Clemson Tigers.
And that's Lucas Tinney up at the point, trying to make something happen for these Tigers. He moves the ball around. Nice pass, and then the Clemson Tigers goal.
Tigers goal, number 17.
So the Tigers strike
Gennaro
first. That's number
Petrangalo.
17, Gennaro Petrangalo.
Being assisted by number 34.
Kyle, what a play so far for the Clemson Tigers. You see the replay there off of a great assist. Petrangalo was just ready for that. Amazing shot off the right-hand side there.
That was Landon Snyder getting the assist on that one.
Taking in for Chaptown, number 2 at the X, Ethan Slade.
It's Ethan Slade at the X for the Panthers. Face-off is up. Tigers come up with it. Oh, it's actually a battle still. And now the Panthers come out.
Possession, Chaptown.
Chapman with the possession. He moves it behind into the X. Little shake shimmy towards the crease, but he loses it. Tries to get back up. He's whacking and slapping. Tigers are out of it. He gets caught up by the D and tries to pull back. Throws it back to his midi. The attack in, shot. Score by the Tigers. Number 36, Aiden McNulty.
Tigers goal by number 36.
Man, and that was just like that, Kyle. We're up to a 2-0 lead. The Clemson Tigers, I mean, you're going to see here on the replay that Clemson Tigers were just moving and grooving and dealing so fast that the Chapman Panthers had no answer for McNulty's shot there. And you see his celebration led to him being on the ground. 2-0 Clemson. Chapman not off to a great start.
Possession, Chapman.
Chapman doing well in the face-off X as they've come up with possession all 3 times, but just haven't been able to capitalize with their attack. Ball's out. Gonna call a push. That's gonna be a Panther ball.
Possession raised with Chaptown.
Ball's up in play. Panthers have it on the far side. As they work it more towards the middle of the field, trying to get the cycle going, get the feet moving, and set up a play here as he rolls it in. Little shake and shimmy as he fights off. You can see him put that arm out, protecting the ball as he cradles, making sure not to give up possession.
Nice cut inside there and a great pass.
What a snipe. That was number 22, Jack Worth.
Wow, Kyle, what a highlight. The Chapman Panthers strike 2-1, only 11:50 into this first, quarter here. And wow, Kyle, what do you got to say about that goal there?
Just an amazing snipe. As I was saying, you can see the Panthers were setting up on the outside, getting the Clemson D moving their feet. And while they were still trying to set in place, just got that snipe off. What a beauty. Face-off is off. Little battle there. The Tigers come up with the possession.
Possession, Clemson.
So 2-1 is the record for Curtis so far on those face-offs. So he's looking good. Chapman might have a chance here against these Clemson Tigers.
Plays worked back around. Tigers still with possession, working near the midfield on this near side. Not a lot of pressure coming from the Panthers. It's a little hard to score from out there. Clemson's going to work. Watch those pieces move. Nice save there. And it's working into the crease, and it's still another block. And Clemson's going to get possession as it was a missed shot, and they were the first ones to get there.
That's right. So Bollinger, you know, looks like he's kind of gotten the rust shaken off. He's ready for these shots now, so he's got that save. And now the Chapman Panthers have to do some work on the defensive end once again. Well, let's see what they'll have going forward.
Ball's back in play. McNulty with it in the X. Passes it off. That's 17, Gennaro Petrangelo. Another shot. Chapman's going to get there first. Panthers ball. They're going to try to move this up quick, get that attack going. That's Jackson Steven with it. As he sprints up. That's our long stick midi. Jason, or nope, sorry, that was not Jason Bollinger. That 9 looked like a 3. Sorry about that. That's Camden Morris coming in hot.
Having a go.
What a great play. Goal by the Tigers. The turnover, and they attack and capitalize quick.
Number 31, Nick Fasaro, attack man for the Clemson Tigers. Already off to a hot start are these Tigers, 3-1. It looks as if it's a matter of speed and determination for these Clemson Tigers, Kyle. They just might have a little bit more. They might want it a little more than the Chapman Panthers, at least starting this game.
Yeah, these Panthers definitely need to keep their head cool, not let this get to them. Looks like they're kind of letting the game come to them and not making the cleanest of plays, whereas the Tigers are just stepping up on every turnover that they possibly can. Good battle here for Curtis. Waiting to find out. Looks like it might be the Panthers. Let's see. Still down
on the ground.
What a battle, and Clemson comes up.
Possession Clemson.
Good ground ball there for Clemson Tigers, number 22.
Trying to use the goaltender to wheel it around. That's out. It's going to be a Panther ball.
It's Charles Beasley looking to make something work for the Chapman Panthers.
He's going to let his players get set. That's Ben Newstratton with it. Works in deep. Back behind into the X. Oh, a little cross, a little check there. Liam Nelson in it, and he scores.
The 5'10" attackman Liam Nelson from San Clemente, California, with an amazing, beautiful goal. Look at him go. He just won it at the moment he got the ball. That's right. He has the face paint, the face of a warrior, and you can see it in that goal. Man, Kyle, that was beautiful. Chapman Panthers hanging in this so far. 3-2 is the score. Let's see what Will Curtis can do here on the faceoff.
Possession Clemson.
Tigers come up with the possession after that faceoff, and they're going to work it back into the D. Now we got the goalie coming up deep. He finally passes it off. Matthew Galatano is trying to get in there.
And here's a chance for the Chapman Panthers if they can make things happen quick.
Play back in by the Panthers. Working up the field. That's Camden Morris with it, but he dropped it. Uh-oh.
Lost the ball. Looked like he almost didn't even see that he lost the ball.
Got a hole in his net. That happens. All right, picked back up by Camden. And he's battling hard. Look at that battle.
Looks like a stick
Not a
there.
single call.
Timeout's a go on the field. Let's give it up for number 9. Working hard for
And the
Chapman.
timeout is called before things get any more chippy. But you saw that the Chapman Panthers and the Clemson Tigers were getting a little aggressive there. as the two teams needed to make things work.
Camden Morris trying to put the team on his back and carry the whole thing down, taking a couple whacks and a couple swacks.
That's right.
A special
The
thanks
6'4"
one more time for Chapman Nation.
defenseman
Thanks to
was
Nation to get
doing
this party
the
machine
work for the
going.
Chapman
It's a
Panthers.
cold opener. Saw some tailgaters out there having a great time. Saw students in the house. Some coaches coming out. Thanks
Not sure if you can hear what's being called over the PA here at Wilson Field, but apparently we got some tailgating going on. Chapman knows how to do it. You know, this is lacrosse season. We don't. Football's over. Basketball's doing its thing, but we got lacrosse going on, Parker. You got to get out here. You got to party. You got to tailgate and enjoy these Tigers and these Panthers have a cap fight of the ages.
That's right. Come on now. It is a beautiful night. I mean, just a slight chill, just compared to last week, what you were seeing over here in the West Coast, the storms were coming through. There is nothing better than a perfect night like this for lacrosse. The Chapman Panthers and Clemson Tigers doing their thing, 3-2 at about the 8-minute mark. Parker Bell alongside Kyle Carr for CSBN. And as these Chapman Panthers come out of their timeout, what do you think they were talking about in there, Kyle?
I think coach is just telling them to stop squeezing their sticks, relax, take a deep breath. They know what they're doing. They got their game plan. They need to just go out there, put it to work, play the smart play, work to each other, communicate, you know, just like we're doing up here in the booth. A lot of teamwork, a lot of communication.
That's right. I'm sure the genius Jack Bollinger was kind of, you know, using his leadership skills to get in the guys' heads. Just like you were saying, man. Tighten those sticks, stay steady, be you know, on your toes, because these Clemson Tigers are here to play. They mean business.
Head on a swivel. I know, you know, you're probably sitting back home if you're a Tigers fan saying, what do you know about cold out there in Southern California? But as someone who grew up in the mountains in Lake Tahoe and lived out in Boston, I can tell you this was not your ordinary weather out here. Waking up to go to work with snow on the mountains, I thought I was in Reno, Nevada all of a sudden.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Kyle, when you see snow at Disneyland, you know something's afloat.
And there was parrots in one tree and snow behind them. I was really having a moment
start us
there.
off full for Chapman.
I thought someone slipped something in my coffee. Ball is back in play, underway, and they're working hard, coming in hot and quick.
Dante.
Shaking and shimmering out there. Panthers at the top. Working
Number
deep.
17, Jackson Wells with possession.
And on the far side, back up to the top. Shaking and shimmering. Nice little cycle around. Luke Morissette tries to charge through. Clemson doesn't let him in. Now he's gonna pass back. Is that Neeson? Nelson? Which one? He's a sniper, it doesn't matter.
Liam Nelson, baby, number 14 for the Chapman Panthers, making things work on his own. Man, assist from Morissette there. Oh, let's go ahead and take a look again at that goal. Morissette with a perfect pass, and Nelson, excuse us, up in the booth. It's hard to say Nelson after the name Liam. I'm sure you understand, viewers. But again, Liam Nelson, a beautiful goal off on the left side. These attack men for the Chapman Panthers are proving that they're ready for tonight.
Oh, my guy, Cooper Euler's about to take this face-off. After that snipe, look. Liam Nelson, Liam Neeson, they don't know who you are. They got a special set of skills, and they're going to find your corner. My goodness, as the Panthers come back again, ready to take this deficit and make it disappear. Actually, we got a tie game. What is going on here?
Yeah, great push there by the Chapman Panthers. I think that timeout worked in their favor. And now they're going to have possession over there on the X, but it looks like they are... Refs are having a little conversation there, a little review.
All right, Panthers actually going to come up with the ball here.
Yeah, so we saw it was a shot attempt, but the referee still had some miscommunication, but nonetheless, it's a Chapman ball, and here we are.
Goes our key player, George McCurrick, working it in towards the crease. Wide on that shot, but what a shake.
Yeah, expert attackman. You know, George McGurk, we said 7 goals last time they played the Clemson Tigers. I know we've mentioned that a few times, but he is a name to look out for.
Chapman working their feet, moving it, and what a goal! Nice placement there by Charles Beasley.
Are you serious? The midi, the 6-foot freshman, Charles Beasley, doing things on his own, shaking and baking, saying, get off me, defense, I got this. Look at that, just a nice little touch. Nothing like, no, there wasn't a heater sending into the cage. No, that was just a nice little dinker right above the goalie's outreached hands, stick. And the Chapman Panthers take the lead, Kyle. 4-3 at the 7-minute and 15-second mark.
This first quarter is definitely off to a great start. You know, we said the last game was 17-10, and we're almost halfway there to the 10 part at least. Like, this is just, we're only in the first quarter.
Yeah, where is the defense, guys? As the faceoff works in the Chapman Panthers' favor, here we are. It's number 13, Troy Kennedy.
Little battle on the ground ball there.
And that's number 22, Timothy Ziegler, who comes up with it for the Clemson Tigers. We're seeing a lot of sticks flying here. Clemson has a chance here, though.
Grind is going. Now it's finally Tigers with the possession.
So it's been a while, Kyle, since we've seen this. Clemson Tigers looking to make an offensive move happen here. A few substitutions for them. Number 18 is in. That's Ryan Morosco, specialty attackman. So watch out for him if you're a Chapman Panther.
And we got the Tigers forming at the top here. Ryan Morosco. Passed over to Jake Tompkins. Now at the top, we've got Patrick Ryan. Works it down low. Landon Snyder behind the X. Back up to the top. Clemson working the outside perimeter, trying to find a hole. Almost found one there. Little shake, let's see how he can do. The defense, what a stop by Bollinger. Standing tall in the cage.
Beautiful defense by number 10 there for the Chapman Panthers, Dylan Hartenov. And then, like you mentioned, great save by Bollinger.
Ooh, almost a misplay there on the long stick. Now they're gonna bring it up.
And the main
Nicholas
man.
Ursino, related to our own Gio.
Is that right? We got some Chapman
so.
athlete brothers.
Very coincidental that they have the very unique name.
We'll have to check on that at
Yeah,
halftime.
we'll have
but
to get
yeah,
that.
you know we love ourselves some Gio.
Gio, that's a favorite name here on CSBN Network, as the Panthers are working the ball on the outside on this near side, trying to probe in deep. That's number 12, Grant Cavan. And he passes it off. What a good little handoff there. He gave it up to George McCurrick. You know how he can shake off a defender. Little shove there, little slap. No calls. Ref's letting him play. Panthers up to the top. Little pick there. Shakes him off, change of direction. They're gonna call, what was that? A little play after the whistle.
All right, well, we saw Chapman Panthers couldn't get their offense going in a shot clock violation there, but defense comes up strong, and we're gonna get a turnover for the Clemson Tigers. Chapman Panthers have a chance. Here we are.
Getting heated up here. Tempers are flaring. Panthers with it at the X. Onto the far side, now bringing it back up.
25 for Chapman.
Towards the middle.
On the defense, Jackson Waters.
Chapman has it just around the 40-yard line. They give it up. Dante DeColobus. Working it in deep. Passed off. Nice shot from outside.
17 for Chaptown.
They're going to give the ball back to the Panthers as George McCurrick runs it out. Now he's going to bring it in.
About 30 seconds on that shot clock as the Chapman Panthers look to make something work. They're all the way around the field.
That's Liam Nelson shaking and shimmering. Dante DeColibus.
Luke Morissette looking to make something work down there on the X.
Not to be confused with Alanis Morissette.
I'm sure he hears that a lot.
Back up. These Panthers got to get a shot off or they're going to run out this clock.
Coming down to 8 seconds.
Oh, he lost it. He thought he had it with him. A little give up, but they can battle. This can reset the clock if they touch it.
Ball field's push in the back for Tigers.
Hold the
Full
push
shot
in
clock
the
reset.
back. Chapman Panthers will retain possession. One second left on the shot clock there for the Chapman Panthers. The Clemson basically had a cookie. It was their ball, and they committed the penalty. So the Chapman Panthers with another opportunity here as they are already up 4-3.
Nelson working low. Shifting the positions of the Panthers. That's going to bring the Clemson Tigers to have to swing around and get out of position. That's what they're attempting to do there. Just that constant cycle. Works in, oh, but it just deflected out of his cage. Players communicating, trying to ask for a reset, but refs tell them, play on, Clemson ball. Goalie's working it out. Back up in the middle. Tigers have the ball. Working around. Lucas Tenney with it. Hands it over to Gennaro Petrangelo. Now it's on the outside, far side. Ball around the 40-yard line. Working in deep, trying to penetrate. Chapman won't let him through. Chapman has definitely stepped up their defensive play here after those first couple of goals. Not really letting them penetrate like they were.
Shot goal number 17
a lot better
Clemson.
communication coming from the defense.
Gennaro Pettibonio. Chapman on attack.
All right, so Chapman is on attack here. But Clemson Tigers defense gets in position early. And the Chapman Panthers, as they have the lead already, 4-3 with about 40 seconds remaining in this first quarter.
Beasley held it there to get the changes to allow it to happen. Now they're working on the outside. Nice little pass over the top there. Battle in front of the crease.
And the goalie just swooped in
Taking
and
it out
took
for
that
Clemson in the cage.
for the Clemson Tigers.
We're
We're looking at 20 seconds remaining. No shot clock. Clemson Tigers see if they can equalize this here before the first quarter ends. 10 seconds remaining for the Clemson Tigers.
What a turnover. Interception by the Panthers. They're rushing quick. If they can get it, they can get one quick. Shot, but it just misses, and the horn is sounded for the end of the first. What an exciting first quarter. I cannot believe we got to witness that right now, Parker.
That's right, Kyle. 4-3, Chapman Panthers. I mean, if you're watching right now, you are watching an amazing battle so far. As we mentioned, 17-10 the last time these two teams played, and we're already at 4-3. The defense started to get things back together, you know, as the first quarter started to come to a close. But Kyle, what did you see this first quarter?
What I saw at first was a little bit of a hesitant start from the Panthers, a little shaky by the defense. Looked like they were gripping the sticks a little too hard, giving up some great chances to the Tigers. But after that timeout, it was like the Tigers just got the Panthers, excuse me, got a whole new life in front of them, and they just took off from there.
Yeah, we're going to have to talk to Justin sometime soon, who's down there on the sideline, to see what it was about that first time out that really changed, you know, the momentum for the Chapman Panthers. And, you know, hopefully we can get something on that. But the Clemson Tigers, of course, they're not meant to be taken lightly. They came all the way over here from the East Coast, and they know that this game means a lot as they're trying to get back to 500. 3-5 so far in the year. It's going to mean a lot if they can get that W in the column. So we'll have to see. This is going to be a great battle already. Look at them in their beautiful orange jerseys and the purple helmets.
Right. How many times do we get to see those colors out here in Southern California, whether you're a football fan, basketball fan, lacrosse fan, being able to see a school like Clemson out here playing against one of our teams. It's just an honor and privilege to be out here to give this call, honestly, Parker, and to see this battle. Like, it's just explosion out there after explosion. I don't think either team wants to give up any ground.
That's right. No, if you've never watched lacrosse before, this is very fast-paced sport. I mean, you're seeing already on this CSBN network these two teams going back and forth and just beating up on each other. Lots of contact, but the refs are letting them go fight through it so far. So we'll see if that changes moving forward, and we'll see if the Chapman Panthers can hold on to this lead as we enter the second quarter. This is going to be an exciting one as the two teams get ready to face off in the middle already. It's the Chapman Panthers versus the Clemson Tigers. 4-3 is the score. Parker Bell alongside Kyle Carr for your CSBN network. Thank you for joining us on this beautiful night, this beautiful Saturday night. You know, what more do you want to be doing on your Saturday night other than watching some beautiful D1 lacrosse?
Right? Absolutely nothing. I don't think anything could surmount to being here, watching a live, beautiful game be played against two powerhouse teams. We got a push there in the face-off stop.
Possession Chapman coming after the push.
So that's going to give the possession to Chapman.
All right, so we mentioned the refs were letting them fight, but already within the first 10 seconds of this quarter, we have the push. So Chaptown looking good. Possession early on is theirs.
Up at the top of the crease, working it in deep. He comes in hard and quick, but doesn't quite get the shot off, works it to the X. Now they work it to the far side, back at the top. Look at this quick motion by the Panthers, moving their feet, throwing the ball, moving the ball. Everything is just in play right now. Great shot and a great save from the Clemson goaltender.
Yeah, Michael McCutcheon looked ready for that, but it remains Chapman Panthers ball. And here we are, a great attack, but it proves to stay Chapman's ball. So Chapman's offense so far, my oh my, Kyle Carr, this has been, who would have seen this coming?
It was just great energy coming from these Panthers. They're coming out hot in the second period. We got a man down, he's a little shaken up there. That was Luke Morissette after that hit. Isn't it ironic? He is still getting to his feet. Nice hit. Oh, are they going to call the push? No, it's Panthers ball. It doesn't even go out. Panthers get it. They're coming in hard. Tigers are looking for something, but there's nothing there to give them. Nelson with it. Up back to the top. We've got Jack Worth with it.
It's a wide open Dante.
Shot. Work into the crease. Oh my gosh, working in. What a save. Chapman comes back up with it, change of direction. Nelson battling. Shot and score! Panthers. George McGurk, our key player, coming up big in the second.
Proves to be too much for the goalie, Matthew Galatano. Let's take a look here as the former player of the week, McGurk, recovers that ground ball and then just tosses it in there like he has been doing all season, bringing his total up to 15, I believe it is. 15 goals on the season, Kyle.
That is a big goal count for him. That is 15 goals now. And just, I love the way at the end there you see him just kind of shake his head, point to his teammate and say, no, man, that was you. And now we got Cooper Ehlers coming in hard.
Possession Chapman.
Possession Chapman as Nelson's got it. Shaking him off. Nice little arm move there.
And way to reset there as the Chapman Panthers. He saw that the Clemson Tigers got back.
Checking in 6, Charles Beasley.
And they're recovering, making the substitutions they need to.
And the middies are changing after the face-off. A little skip, a little jam. The Clemson Tigers just kind of give him the space, and another goal by McCurrick. What a play, what a shot. Goal, Panthers.
The man, the myth, the legend, McCurrick. Our boy Mickey G out here from Madison, Wisconsin, the grad student, doing what he does best, scoring goals, coming out of the X, around the crease, and just throws it in there for a beautiful goal. Almost identical to the last goal. Man, Chapman Panthers already off to a hot start this second quarter. Up 3 now, 6-3.
That's what you want from your attack. You want someone that's going to go low in the crease, in those tight corners. And that was, sorry about that, guys. We've been saying George McGurk. It is actually George McGurk. We were trying to give him a little fanciness to it. You know,
giving a little Irish accent.
Giving a little pinky in the air kind of thing going. But just a strong player, goes in, not afraid of those danger areas, not afraid to get the whacks and the slaps on the arms, and he's going to get those goals for you. We got a timeout here. Parker, we've got a couple minutes into the second quarter. It is just a mayhem fest out there.
That's right. The story of this second quarter, the start of it at least, has been the Chapman Panthers offense. The Chaptown, as we hear from our PA call them, they are doing their best to just keep the pressure on, and the Clemson Tigers have no answers so far, especially for our boy, Nick Gurk. So Mick G, the man, he's doing what we knew he was capable of. You know, you didn't hear his name much in that first quarter, but already looking to make a statement right now.
Oh yeah, Mick G's coming in hard, fast, strong. And you saw a couple of those assists on that play. It looked like we had Liam Nelson out there making plays. We had number 6, Charles Beasley, Dante DeCobalobis, just all the key players, all these guys that you want to step up are doing that for the Panthers right now.
Yeah, and as the two teams come on out after that timeout, you know, last time there was a timeout, Chapman Panthers came out strong. So Clemson Tigers, if I were you, I'd be a little worried because these Panthers seem to enjoy their little 30-second breaks.
Yeah, they get their feet stocked up and get those muscles rested, get a little water in you. You're off to the races. Some good old quality H2O. That's what those jerseys remind me of, a little water boy action.
I agree.
Clemson with it behind Chapman's cage. On the attack, they try to work it around here. Let's see if they can get their offense set, make some plays happen against these Panthers. Out high as they work in. Nice little pass into the danger area, the slot, as you would say in hockey. And it's back out. Almost went for the long shot there and thought otherwise. Work back to the X. That's Ian Jackson with it. A shot way wide, just came off his stick wrong.
Clemson shot by number 3.
Yeah, so you mentioned, you know, coming into the slot, the hockey term, a lot of similarities between the two sports, Kyle. But one of the main differences is the offside call. You want to kind of give some light on what an offside is here in the sport of lacrosse?
Definitely. So it's one of the more confusing offsides out there, especially if you're used to sports like hockey or soccer. But an offside's here in lacrosse as the Panthers are attacking. I'll let you know how that goes in a sec. And a little mid-throw.
And he just can't get there.
And speaking of another rule, if it's a missed pass and the offensive team cannot get it before it goes out of bounds, it's just a turnover. But if it's a missed shot, whoever gets there first gets the ball. No, it's kind of weird. But offsides, you are allowed to have 6 offensive players on the attack side of the midline. So if a 7th player does go across that line and you do have possession and are on the attack, that is an offside call. However, if you're on defense and you have 8 men back, that is also an offsides and a penalty, which will give a man up to the opposing team. So a little difference there in that you can get a power play out of an offsides.
That's right, you can man up. So we will see if the Clemson Tigers can get things going as they are down 3 here. You don't want to see the desperation. You know, you want to hope that they can maintain just their game plan and stay sane. You hope that their coach got in their heads to say, just relax, keep your head straight. That's a great shot on target, but a magnificent save, as you said, Kyle. Wow, Bollinger.
Tigers have it back out at the top. After that save, they're trying to make something happen. Looks like those long shots just aren't going to get through Bollinger, so they're going to have to reevaluate and trying to move the Panthers defense around and get them out of position. That's McNulty with it. Post it back to the top. Then we got Lucas Tinney going in deep, trying to shake with the shot, but it's blocked. He hit his own player, kind of wiped him out there. Hope he's all right.
Ooh, may have hit him where you don't want to get hit. Oof.
He is shaken up.
Apologies to you, Ian Jackson. You know, best you can do is shake it off, and I hope you have kids in the future.
It's probably seeing just as fuzzy as we were there. That was a, you don't want that shot right there. Oh my goodness, right in the, where the sun don't shine.
Dangers of lacrosse, ladies and gentlemen. Like we said, it is a contact sport. You will get hit hard and fast. And here we are, like we mentioned, fast. Here comes the Chapman Panthers on attack.
That was Camden with it, driving down the long stick midi.
Yeah, great clear there by Cam. He's been having an amazing match so far. The specialty man with the long stick.
Nelson rolling it back. Ooh, a little missed pass there, but Nelson gets to it, and he's going to bring it back. That's one thing I have noticed. The Panthers are just looking really calm. Even the little mistakes when they happen. That was insane save right there. If that was not off the post, I don't know. Looked like the elbow.
Yeah, so that's a tough one there for the Clemson Tigers to recover. The shot came right off the pole, which led to an offsides call for the Clemson Tigers. I mean, that's just unfortunate.
Yeah, what are you supposed to do there? That's Panthers with it, working back in deep. Oh, just off of his stick, rolls out.
Just a bit outside.
But because he was the first one there, and it was a shot, Panthers are going to get the ball back.
Yeah, you can see what he was going for there, McGurk. It just looked like the execution kind of didn't go through, but the Chapman Panthers, again, have been holding possession in this second quarter, and it has been all Chaptown this match.
Driving. Nelson with it. Shot. Panthers first one there. Ball's bringing back in. McGurk with it. Nelson. Driving. North. Back to the X. Around. Back to Nelson. Shot. Miss wide.
Shot on goal number 14, Liam Nelson.
See, and this is what you want if you're the Chapman Panthers, is just maintaining possession and controlling the game. You know, this is your pace. You're the one getting the shots on targets. So the Chapman Panthers are in control as we speak.
Little play with McGurk. And Beasley behind the cage, and a shot by McGurk. What a play.
3 goals in a row from the grad student McGurk. Man, looking like an MVP. Let's take another look at that goal, guys.
That is a natural Hattie for McGurk in the second.
Gosh, you know what? This man has been getting to his spot all second quarter. It has been the McGurk show as we are moving forward, Kyle. Let's see what the Chapman Panthers can do as we have another face-off. 7-3 Chapman Panthers.
Williams with it, coming up big on the face-off dot, and that's how you get the wins. You come up with the face-off win, you're gonna win in the game. Curtis up,
Wow, Curtis with an amazing eye on that clear there.
Shake it up. Out to the outside. Trying to get some support from his teammates is Nicholas Ursino. Out to the top, Nelson.
That's the freshman Ursino with a great recovery there.
Letting everyone settle.
Going.
That's just heads-up plays all around the field right now from these Panthers.
Yeah, you can tell after that first quarter, they got their heads in the game. They're patient, playing their pace.
Grant Coven. Coming down. Jackson Waters. Worked back to the X. Up top to Nelson. He's going to shake. Look at the Panthers down deep. See how they move their feet.
Shot goal 14,
had
Nelson.
it there. Wide shot by Nelson. Panthers again first to the ball. It is just all Panthers right now.
And not a lot of time to work with on this shot clock with coming up on 5 seconds. Got to get a shot off here if you're the Panthers.
And there's that shot right into the goalie.
Chapman.
What a catch there. What a save by Matthew Galatano. You had to shoot it if you were the Panthers, and Clemson Tigers, looks like they were ready for that one.
Yeah, that was, did the right thing. Oh, what a snipe right there. As we're talking, Tigers thought they were sleeping, but no, Ian Jackson, who we talked about earlier today, comes in hot with the snipe.
18th goal on the season for Ian Jackson. You know, we mentioned he's averaging about 2.5 goals a game, and we haven't been hearing his name much. So, after his first goal, might want to watch out for the Chapman Panthers for number 3.
Matchup against number 44, Max Williams. Matt Edinger.
All right, so again, Ian Jackson with that last goal, bringing the score 7-4. And after this faceoff, Chapman regains possession yet again. The specialty man, William Curtis. Come on now, he is a faceoff legend for the Chapman Panthers.
Just a big king on the faceoff dot, and then with the clears, big clear by our goaltender. Although those Panthers, or the Tigers got that last goal, you can tell the Panthers are not deterred at all. They're coming out here hot still with the possession again, working their cycle, playing their game, not phased at all.
That's right. It all starts with the Fogos. You know, those faceoffs have been really, at least the second quarter, going in Chapman's favor. So credit to those faceoff guys, as the Chapman Panthers had a great attempt.
That was Dante DeColibus with it. He was getting whacked and hacked, and he just was staying strong with it. Finally gets the shot off, but it goes wide.
And look at that flow. Look at the cheddar, the lettuce coming out of the helmet there. My man knows how to grow some hair.
I got to find out what product he's using, because he's got a whole head of lettuce there. The cabbage, as they say.
Yeah, that's right. It flows.
Back around. Panthers are just working this system right now. They know what they want to do, and they are putting it on the field. Good pickup. Almost a turnover. Presenting there was Jack Worth, and now he's got it. Oh, a little whack to the head there. Another shot from Worth, but it goes wide. The battle is happening.
Shot goal by 22.
It's getting chippy out there, Parker.
It certainly is. You know, these Clemson Tigers, they got their backs against the wall. They're down 3 with 4 minutes left in this quarter, and they definitely want to turn the tide. And sometimes that means getting a little aggressive. All right, a whole bunch of sticks on the ground, and Chapman Panthers come up with it. That is number 15.
Now it's up here on the near side. Number 45 with it. Nicholas Griffith, our fellow Dodge student, going in hard with it.
Let's give it a 15.
You heard him. He's got straight A's out there. Now he's shaking and shimmering. Number 18. I don't know what's going on. He was distracting whoever it was, because he doesn't even have the ball. Even our cameraman was juked. McGurk with it, rolls it out to the top of the crease. McGurk back with it. off to the far side.
He's got a lane.
Out at the top. Oh, had it. Nelson. Now he works it. Shakes him. Snipe! Behind! Nelson. Goal! Panthers.
14. Liam Nelson. Hashtag new haircut, new me.
Come on, man. Oh my, that is Liam Nelson. He had the lane, he saw it, but decided to not take it at first. Backed out, found the lane again, a quick little spin, and then boom, wide open shot.
Just a beautiful high to low shot from Nelson. That's one of the tricks of the trade in lacrosse. You want to present that you're going to shoot high and you go low, or the opposite, present you're going to go low and go high. That just throws everyone off. That was a beautiful example of how you snipe in this game.
So 8-4 is the score as we see a bunch of substitutions in the midfield there for both teams. Chapman Panthers maintaining this strong lead with about 3 minutes remaining in this quarter. Kyle, what are you seeing so far? I mean, as there's a little bit of a break in the offense as the Tigers look to attack.
Honestly, all I'm seeing is the Panthers with a clear head on their shoulders, a clear game plan. They came out here ready to execute that game plan, and they've been doing it all second quarter. The Tigers, on the other hand, they need to get their stuff together. They came out hot. We know what they're capable of. They're just not putting them together. They're giving away lazy shots. And they're not playing strong on the D. Right here, no one's moving their feet. You got a couple players. Oh, and there's a goal.
Wow, hold on.
What
we need to see that again. What a shot from Ian Jackson. That's 2 in a row from the man, Ian Jackson, our key player to watch. So
Out
2
of
goals in
Richmond,
a row.
Virginia. What are they feeding them kids down there?
What is it they say? Rich what? Richmond. That's right.
Look at this.
Jackson.
Bing! Oh, the bouncer. The goalie's worst nightmare. He knows what he's doing.
That'll get you hyped up. My goodness.
That's 2 in pong, right?
That's right. That's right.
You know these boys know a pong game or two.
That's right. That's a little number 3 on number 3 action there. Oh, and we see the flags.
Flag is down.
That's going to be a cross check, I believe. Yeah, the first penalty of the game, first flag thrown. Forgot they even threw those things. There hasn't been one all game.
That's right. These refs have stayed quiet.
30-second
That's a 30-second.
Chapman.
So the Panthers going to be short here for 30 seconds.
Michael Morrison.
Yeah, it's a 30-second one for slashing.
All right.
And now penalty kill for the Panthers underway.
So man up here for the Clemson Tigers. Can they take advantage of it? But
what
no.
a save.
Bollinger.
Chapman save. Number 3 in the cage, Jason Bollinger.
Oh, under pressure.
Need some help clearing it out.
Nice play there. Way to use your support.
Jackson. This guy, you haven't heard his name a lot this year, but tonight against the Clemson Tigers, he has certainly stepped up. You know, as they say, the cliche, next man up. And Jackson Steffen, he knows that. He's taking it to heart.
Definitely. Then that's one thing I've spent a little bit of time with these players here and there, and they're all about that next man up mentality for the Panthers. And they treat their players with respect all along. No matter what, if you're a freshman, you're a graduate, everyone is going to be treated the same way as long as you show up and put in the work. Any opportunity is yours as long as you take it.
That's right. We saw in that package earlier tonight, the camaraderie is there. Oh, it's a botched pass. What in the world happened there? We saw a huge dive by Cam.
Tigers are coming with it now. Bollinger up big. Another save. Oh, and the Tigers capitalize on that one.
Save, back in the net, 36.
Not a lot that he could do. He tried.
Wow, that may have been the highlight of the game, if we're being honest, Kyle.
Number 2, 36,
From the ground, an assist, and then he nearly drops it, but he saves it and just gets right around the goalie. But it was the assist that really blew my mind. From the ground, look at that. And then number 36 for Clemson, Aiden McNulty, one of the key players, finishes it off.
I would love to be able to rewatch that one again at a later time and really slow it down, because I don't know. Did you think he meant to make that pass, or was that a miss?
Man, pure.
I don't know what that was.
Pure skill. That's what that was, Kyle.
And Nelson with it. Let's see if the Panthers can answer back here after that exciting play. If that was an intended pass, let me tell you, that was some Ovechkin level, some Rambo, Robble, any player out there that's a professional athlete in any sport. That's what that kind of play was.
Checking in 8, Ben Newstrom.
Little hint of some Steve Nash, you know, little no-look pass, but from the ground, Magic Johnson style.
Nelson with it, battling, shaking. Try to go for the snipe, but a big save there by Matthew Galatano.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is halftime. Chapman.
Halftime already? I thought we just started this game, Parker. My goodness, what a game we are playing and witnessing. What have you seen?
I mean, 8-6, you know, you saw Chapman Panthers really maintained control most of that second quarter. But the last 2 minutes, the Clemson Tigers, I mean, I still can't get over that highlight. From the ground, he finds Aiden McNulty for the goal to bring it within 2. I mean, Kyle, we saw 17-10. We keep bringing it up. The last time these two teams matched up, I mean, McGurk started to get hot. Is that going to continue in the second half? We don't know. But, Kyle, what do these Clemson Tigers need to do to maintain this momentum?
I mean, the Tigers, they just need to take a breath, just like the Panthers had to at the beginning of this game. They need to stop squeezing their sticks, get back to their structure, play the game that they are intending to play. As you can see, they came out at the end there. They're scoring goals. They have the opportunities there. They have the playmakers that can do it, and they just need to go out there with a better focus. Parker, the Panthers, though, McGurk, Liam, Nelson out there sniping, making plays. I don't know. Are the Panthers going to slow down, or do you think they have more in the cage?
It certainly looks like they're not going to. I mean, these Chapman Panthers came ready to pounce. It's all the way down from the main man, McGurk, all the way down to guys like Jackson Steffen, who are stepping up with amazing clears, getting the ground balls. And, of course, the guy you mentioned as a key player, Bollinger, he looks like not only is he getting the saves, but he is using his leadership, his skills to really get this team, you know, like you mentioned a few times, their head is on their shoulders. They know the game plan, and things are working out for them. But, Kyle, in order for these two teams to keep going, we need to learn a little bit more. So to do that, we're going to toss it along to the sideline to learn some more about these two teams.
My man Justin, what do you got for us down there?
It's been absolutely crazy down here. There's a lot of fans. I haven't seen this many fans for a while here filling up the Chapman stands out here, but so far it's been pretty good. They were down, the Chapman Panthers were down 2 points early in the first quarter, so they came back after that first timeout in the first quarter. Clemson slowly chipping away at this lead, but I'm going to try to get some interview questions from some of these coaches and see what the adjustments are going to be coming into this next half. But I'll send it back to you guys up at the booth.
And now, Kyle, what are we going to have to see from these Clemson Tigers, man?
I just, you know, I don't know, but I do know that we have something to show you about our Panthers right here, right now on CSBN. Check it out. Very well. We're actually looking at what happened earlier today. Those Clemson Tigers came out hot with the first snipe there. Panthers, big snipe outside. What a beautiful goal. But look at these Tigers coming together for another big old snipe. It's just been snipers everywhere out there. That's why I think I was getting confused with Liam Nelson and Liam Neeson, because it is back-to-back action-packed. It's like a action movie, Parker.
Yeah, no, I got to give you credit, man. You have hit the nail on the key with the snipers. These guys are finding the lanes and finding that viewpoint to get the perfect shots off. But, of course, Bollinger, you know, he got his act together around the first 5 minutes of that first quarter and got a few saves. And then it's proven too much for the Clemson goalie, Matthew Galatano, our boy McGurk. You know, you're seeing on the screen, he had 3 goals in that second quarter. He's just been proven to be too much. But of course, the key players for the Clemson Tigers, Ian Jackson and Aiden McNulty, were making things work for themselves as well.
Yeah, there's that play right there. Landon Snyder from the ground, just placing the ball into McNulty's stick. I don't even know still what we saw. That was just the most wild shot, pass, play I've ever seen.
Yeah, you know, clip that for sure. Snyder falling to the ground in front of McNulty, and the ability to catch it and have them, you know, maintain the focus even when the guy was on the ground. Such an amazing play. I haven't seen anything like that in all of my coverage of lacrosse, which is extensive, as you all know.
Yes,
so,
very.
Guys, you know, here at CSBN, we are having so much fun covering the Clemson Tigers versus the Chapman Panthers. Of course, I'm Parker Bell, your color commentator, alongside Kyle Carr, our play-by-play guy. Kyle, why don't you send us out?
All right, guys, we are so excited that you're here with us watching the Clemson Tigers and the Chapman Panthers, the Battle of the Jungle here at Wilson Field and Ernie Chapman Stadium. Tune back with us soon. We'll be right back for the third and the fourth quarter. There's a lot of action coming your way. Welcome back, everybody, to Wilson Field here at Ernie Chapman Stadium. Kyle Carr here with Parker Bell, the one and only.
Hey,
what have we seen so far tonight, Parker?
You know, we've heard over on the PA system, 14 shots on goal for the Clemson Tigers and 6 to the Chapman Panthers. So that's been the tail of the tape. But the Chapman Panthers have the lead, 8-6. So the Chapman Panthers are making them count when they have it, which is what they do best all season. You know, they're a very high-scoring team. Now, as the face-off begins to come to the field, Kyle Carr, we're in for an exciting second half.
Definitely ready to get this one our way as the face-off's being battled out now. Looks like the Tigers are going to come up with that one.
Possession Clemson.
Work up into the corner with the Tigers in possession.
All right, so Kyle, this is going to be a tough second half for the Chapman Panthers, but you got to question at least a little bit, how much is the game against UCLA going to come into factor for the Clemson Tigers? Are they tired? You know, you got to ask it.
I mean, those back-to-back games definitely will weigh on those legs as the lactic acid starts to build, and you start to feel the burn as the goalie almost gave away a burn-over turnover. And now the Panthers have possession.
Checking in 17, Jackson Wells. Checking in.
Changes are made. That's what that little hold of the ball was for the Panthers. Is now Nelson with the snipe, but it goes wide.
Shot on goal 14, Liam Nelson.
Looks like it was a deflective save from the goaltender, Matthew Galatano. And now George McGee with it. Off the cage.
Shot on goal 42 for Chapman. Luke Morissette.
Luke Morissette off the cage. Nice little attack there. Clemson with it, rolling. After the defensive attack there from the Panthers, Tigers still have it. Now they're rolling around with the ball. They're going to go for the change. They keep it in that far side corner. Ian Jackson rolls it around to the X. Now it's back around.
15, Jackson Stephen.
Keep an eye out on Ian Jackson. Keep an eye out indeed. Him and McNulty, McNulty after that amazing goal to end the second quarter, you know, coming into the half off of that diving play we keep mentioning. He is definitely a name to look out.
There's Jackson with the now in a dangerous spot, but it gets slapped out of his basket. One interesting and fun fact about lacrosse players, they each tie their individual baskets themselves. So the type of torque, the looseness of it is all dependent on that player. So these guys have their sticks dialed down to the exact way that they want it. And that's what makes them so slick and fast out here.
And shout out on that last defensive play, the freshman Shandon Hanamoto with an amazing steal there, leading to this attack for the Panthers, and there's a shot, but it comes off.
Down and low. Nelson with it. Off. Oh, we got two Panthers down after that in tight play. Nelson almost picked up the ground ball for a quick shot off, but it went wide.
And you see Morissette and Beasley talking to the ref right now. You know, there was certainly a lot of contact from the Tigers. Morissette took a heavy hit, but looks like he's shaking it off, and he will be fine. Chapman Panther maintains possession.
Morissette telling the ref, you ought to know that's a penalty, but not today, says the ref. Now Morissette with it again. Nice little shot. What a play. That was a nice, I thought it was a shot, but it was a shot pass given to McGee, and he capitalizes.
Mick Gurk, MVP of the match. We got to give it to him. I mean, it is only the third quarter, but he's already on to his fourth goal. As we mentioned, 7 goals the last time they played. You think he's got some more in the tank?
Oh, I'm definitely seeing some. If we can get 3 a period, that would be, or 3 a quarter here, that would put him at 9 with outscoring in the first. That's just incredible. The effort that McGee's putting on is outstanding.
Old Man McGee, as they like to call him.
Yes.
The 26-year-old hailing from one and only Madison, Connecticut. Coming from Daniel Hand High School, the grad student.
Another attack by McGee. He might be the Old Man McGee, but he definitely don't look like the Old Man McGee.
No, those feet are moving. Whew.
Checking in 22, Jack Worth.
More like a McLaren
Checking in
McGee.
17, Jackson Wells. Checking in 4,
Up to the
Dante
top as
DeGomez.
changes are made by the Panthers. And for those of you at home who kind of haven't really watched lacrosse, there's only a couple players that rotate off the field this quickly, and that's the middies. You got 3 attack that usually stay in that offensive half, and then you got the defensive 3 that stay in their half, and those 3 middies are rotating, kind of like a hockey change in play.
That's right. In the midst
On
of
the
all
fly.
those, that's right, on the fly. It's all the same. But in the midst of all that, you know, turn around and players changing, there was a turnover on the Chapman Panthers end. But looks like they get it right back. Great defense. The story of this match has been the amazing defense from the Chapman Panthers.
Jack
Forcing
Ward just
turnovers.
picking up ground balls left and right. What a play! McGee from Nelson. Back and forward, tic-tac-toe. That's how you do it. That's Panther lacrosse.
George. Let's give it up.
Chaptown, baby, Chaptown. Out here in Wilson Field, 10 points already. It's McGurk again. I can no longer call him Old Man McGee, Kyle. Look at that play. He is moving like no other.
I don't know. The way he was cradling that ball, you'd think he has a couple of kids. That was such a beauty. So smooth, so comfortable in the crease. Not even a problem.
Possession Clemson.
I can't believe you just used that line, Kyle. You know, maybe we'll have Justin ask him himself if that's the case. But whatever it may be, McGurk is on one tonight.
If not, watch out for him at Paul's Cocktails tonight.
It is a Saturday. You know, these guys have nothing to do the next morning. Let's see if they can celebrate after a win. But they have another half to play to defeat the Clemson Tigers.
Great defense, standing up the Tigers there. That was number 20, Nicholas Ursino, the freshman. He's been standing up tall too, stepping up, talking about that next man mentality. Camden with the long stick.
Shot on goal by number 3 for the Tigers of Clemson, Ian
left.
Jackson.
I mean, good attempt there. You know, a little bit deep on that shot attempt. But again, the Clemson Tigers do have a lot of shot on targets, a lot of shot on goals.
That was a Tiger sniper, Ian Jackson, with it too out there. So he might be far out, but we all know he is a dangerous player out there with the ball.
Definitely between him and McNulty, I mean, they're going to look to get aggressive, especially being down 4 right now. It's not, you know, it is attainable. The comeback is still alive. Oh, we got a stick on the ground.
Nice play by the Panthers. They come up with it. Working down Jackson Stephen.
Yard sale.
Over to Nelson.
Shout out Jackson Stephen with another great clear.
McGurk with it. All right, gives it back up top to Beasley. Charles Beasley gave it back down behind the net, behind the cage as we will. McGee, big check, but the cross check flag up in the air.
And players don't see the flag, and there's still play going on.
Still battling. Free shot here. After the flag's already down.
Shot on goal by 42 for Chapman.
Tigers did not change possession, so we can still attack until that shot there, but now it's going to get called. Push from behind. Assess to the Tigers.
Yeah, had kind of a free shot for Morissette there. You know, kind of a turnaround 180 shot just over the cage there, but the Chapman Panthers retained possession with 8 minutes to go in the quarter. They're still up 4, and it's their ball.
This is going to be the first man up possession for the Panthers.
30 seconds.
And they've been working the cycle without a man up, so it's going to be real intriguing to see how they work the ball here. as they're already working around the perimeter, back behind the X, up to Nelson, back around, up to the point. Back to Nelson, up tight, McGurk, in throw, and what a goal!
Sneaky, sneaky McGurk. We need confirmation on how many goals he has gotten tonight because I have lost count. Kyle, this has been the McGurk Show. McG, you guys are going to be hearing that all night. The man from Madison, Wisconsin. Let's take a look one more time at that beautiful goal right under the goalie's legs, it looks like. Boom! Right under the outreached legs of the Clemson goalie, Matthew Galatano.
You looked at the piece set up there by the Panthers. They had all their players set up in a nice triangle right in front of the crease, kind of drawing all those players. A big flag there as that guy came in from about 50 yards out before he hit him. Definitely can't do that.
So you got another free shot for the Panthers. The Clemson Tigers are just losing their cool here in the third quarter.
A lot of lacrosse still left to play, but
you hope if you're a Clemson Tiger that you can keep your heads, you know, keep your heads calm.
What a rush there. And the shot on goal brings the whistle. Waiting for the call here from the officials.
But it would appear, Kyle, we will have another man-up situation for the Panthers for Chapman.
Penalty, 1 minute.
That's a minute penalty. It took about, how many seconds? 10 seconds for that last man-up. So 60 seconds is a long time to be short here with this hot, dominant offense that the Panthers are bringing.
Goodness, yeah, they are just maintaining the game plan, and they can't be stopped at the moment. Clemson Tigers need to make something change, and they need to make it change quickly.
Back behind the cage. Nelson up top. Nelson again. Back to McG. Working around behind the cage. Look at them moving. Look at how the defenders have to shuffle their feet every time they pass. They're just trying to find someone keeping their feet still, and they're going to attack on it. Back across with the longer man up. They're not going to be as concerned with getting it towards the net.
Shot on goal for Chapman, 42. Luke Morissette.
Luke Morissette with an attempt on goal. McGee's going to clear it out. Look at the goalie there, staying strong. Nice little footwork there as he blocks that shot.
Grant Cavan.
Yeah, it looks like Grant Cavan there was just, you know, how do you say it? He was in basketball, it's like when you take your eye off the ball and you're trying to get ahead of yourself. Looks like he was trying to shoot that goal before the pass even came to him, which led to the miss. But still their ball, so Chapman Panthers can make something happen as the skirmish up top.
Back to even.
Nelson, back to McGee. Working around, change of direction. Trying to shake, trying to shimmy. Back to Nelson, up top. Drive in, look at them move open, trying to get the lane. One thing the Panthers are doing so well right now, they are constantly moving their feet, constantly supporting each other, and these Clemson Tigers are just going to get worn out on defense. Big shot. Oh, no, that was a pass back to the X. Tried to chip it over the cage to McGee, who was out front. Big shot from Nelson.
Shot on goal, back of the net, 14, Liam Nelson.
Was a shot on
new haircut, new
goal.
me, 14, Liam Nelson. Nope, check that way off.
Little clarification there. Our PA guy's getting a little excited down here.
And they helped us out saying that one didn't go in, but it looked like it did from our angle. Little inside off the net, but a great attempt, you know, so the Chapman Panthers maintaining aggressive, doing what they've been doing all match.
And if anyone can put it in a corner like that, it's Liam Nelson. A little check there, a little slash. Doesn't phase him. He works in. What a big play. And he makes the goal!
He says, "Get off me, boy. Look at me." Number 22, Jack Worth. Get off me, boys.
Don't even play right now. My name's Jack Worth. No, I don't think so. Goal.
Come on. What do they say? What are the kids saying these days? Slight work.
No, I believe what they say is slay.
Period. Forgive us old men up here in the booth.
That was hype, gnarly, whatever generation you are, that was it.
12-6 is the score. Chapman Panthers doing their thing. Parker Bell and Kyle Carr up here in the booth are having fun watching these boys. We certainly are.
Big battle.
And that face-off went off to the Clemson Tigers. If they want to make a change, it has to be now. 4 minutes remaining in the third quarter.
I like that defensive attempt there by the attack, coming around, trying to whip and knock the ball out of his stick. Now our goaltender, look at putting on the wheels, moving up. No way, he's gonna shake him. He's going body, he's going. He's feeling it. Oh, missed pass though, and that's if he can get there.
Coming out of the goal cage.
Nice ground ball battle off the Tigers or the Panthers.
Tough to see here from our angle, but let's just look back.
And it looks like the Panthers actually are going to go up a man with possession.
So Chapman ball, possession, man up. And how did this start? The main man, Bollinger, coming out of the cage all the way across the field into the attack area to clear it, leading to this penalty. Not often do you see the goalie leaving the cage and making things happen for the offense, but you did just there. Shout out Bollinger. These Chapman Panthers are having fun.
Oh yeah, they are having a blast. They know that they are in control of this game. Bollinger coming out, and you do not do that as the goalkeeper unless you trust your team behind you. That's great communication, great eyes up awareness by the Panthers as he went in and drew the penalty. Nice play there and short, but it was a pass stolen by the defense of Clemson. That was Will Leonard, excuse me, Braden Pritchard coming in with the steal on that pass that would have left McGee clear in front of the net.
Yeah, that long stick defender there doing his thing, proving to be too much for the Chapman offense. And I think, Kyle, that's where things are going to need to happen for the Clemson Tigers.
Possession Clemson.
I understand Ian Jackson and Aiden McNulty want to get things going so bad because they're down 6 at this point now. But it needs to start on the defensive end. You need to stop these attacks that the Chapman Panthers are having, and that steal may prove to be, the change that they need.
It's a game of inches out there, and that could be the couple of inches that turn this one around. That's right, Parker. As Clemson has it, they got possession, but look at down below in front of the cage there, in front of McNulty. Not a lot of movement. No one's really cycling. That's what the Panthers have been doing that have been capitalizing on these Tigers. They move their feet. They cycle the ball. They're constantly working towards the cage. Not a lot of that happening for the Tigers right now as they look flat-footed and defeated. And now a big turnover as the Panthers go down, charging in the field. Dylan Hardenoff with it. He's going to hand it off, let those changes take place, get the right men in place as he's a defender. Not necessarily his specialty being on that side of the field.
All Chapman Panthers. This is what this game has been. Their defense has just been too much. Like you said, Clemson Tigers flat-footed. You have to think maybe that UCLA game really wore them out last night.
It was a big battle for them last night, and when you come up against a hot Panther team like this, it's definitely going to wear you out, and we're starting to see that now. Big work there. Just the one-on-one play. It's like completely different levels of physicality out there. You can see the energy coming through the Panthers as they just shed off defenders left and right. Nelson battling, snipe off the goaltender. It's up. Nice save.
Yeah, and then a great clear out. These Clemson Tigers might have something to work with here.
Speaking of flat foot, let's hope the Panthers aren't. We got a flag down behind the play on the Clemson defensive side. It's going to be against the Panthers as Clemson does have possession and the play is still continuing. We'll find out more about that once play comes to a stop. Right now, Panthers need to keep their heads on a swivel and defend this until we can get a whistle.
That's right, Kyle. Coming down to the last minute for the Clemson Tigers of this quarter. So again, 12-6, Kyle, is the score. These Chapman Panthers have certainly been holding it down, but after that penalty, we're awaiting word on what it was, whether the Clemson Tigers will have a man up.
Penalty, James Chapman, 1 minute unreleasable. Serving the penalty.
And it is just that. We got word, 1 minute unreleasable penalty on the Chapman end, so Clemson Tigers have an opportunity here. Kyle Carr, let's see what we can get going. All right, so the minute mark has reached the 37-second mark, so that 1 minute unreleasable penalty, will it really favor them all that much? We don't know because it's so little time left in the quarter. But of course, Kyle, we're seeing, you know, Clemson Tigers are a little desperate to make something happen here, and this would be the moment.
This would be the moment. If you're at home wondering what is an unreleasable 1 minute penalty, that means even if the Clemson Tigers get a goal in the cage, that player does not get to come out of the box for that entire minute. So if they get a couple goals, they can get a couple of goals. But these Panthers killing the penalty really well as he cannot get out of the way.
Whoa.
Let's give it up for 15 on the defensive side of the ball.
Great
Jackson
job. We got to give credit again to Jackson Steffen. You are hearing that name a lot. Doing work on the defensive end for the Chapman Panthers as the third quarter comes to the end.
That was Aiden McNulty there with the ball during that 1 man up, 1 minute unreleasable penalty, and they were just calling it here in the booth. Hey, that's their man, and they were covering it, and it's just so good to see our freshman standing up in the defense on that back end. And speaking of the great defense, we have word down on the sideline with Justin Lee. He's kind of like the defense of our crew. What do you got down there, Justin?
Chapman Stadium, Wilson Field. We'd like to salute our military as we start the fourth quarter.
Yeah, guys, I was talking to some of the coaches at the half to see what they were going to adjust coming into the second half. I was talking to Coach for the Chapman side. He said the biggest thing since that first time out in the first quarter was subbing out their guys. They knew that the Clemson team was tired from that UCLA game yesterday, so just keeping the guys healthy, keeping them out there with just enough breath to play, and they've been doing such a great job out here so far. He said, try not to do crazy things and let the play come to you. On the Clemson side, they said they just haven't been controlling the ground ball game. They need to improve time of possession, and it has to be a team effort. This is their third week in a row that they've played 2 games consecutively. So they're tired, they're beat out there, but he knows this is a resilient team. They only have 1 quarter to get back over this lead, but we'll see what happens in this next quarter. Back to you guys.
Wow, thank you, Justin. I mean, you heard it there. Confirmation that the back-to-backs are really laying it on for the Clemson Tigers. It is making them tired, and you're seeing it here. A little flat-footed tonight. The Chapman Panthers are taking advantage. Like the coach said, you know, let the play come to you, and they're doing just that. They have the lead 12-6 coming into this fourth quarter, and the last chance for the Clemson Tigers to make a comeback is now. The last 15 minutes of the match, Kyle. Who do we need to see? And what do we need to see from the Clemson Tigers if they want to make a comeback right now?
For those Tigers, they need to have their star players like Ian Jackson and Aiden McNulty bringing a calm along the storm to this team and letting them get back into this game. If they start to bring a calm presence and they start to show up, I think the Tigers can bring back a good battle here in the fourth. However, the Panthers are rolling right now, and it's going to be hard to cool off our beautiful attack, McG and Nelson. It's wild out there. So it is a jungle, as we say. We got the 2 cats out here, and a big hit there on the face-off. Talking about a battle.
Starting off the 4th quarter with some smashing. Jeez, oh, and he's down, and there we go. The Clemson Tigers have a little bit life left in them.
Go number 3, Jason Bollinger.
Oh, and did I mention that was our goalie, Jason Bollinger, out there just hacking and swacking, throwing the body around? Goodness gracious.
He does it all. Man, Bollinger, you saw in the package earlier before the game, known as one of the smartest on the team. You now see why. He can do it all.
That was just a beautiful play. And now we got the Tigers with it. So they're working out the back.
Phrasing.
Up top.
Now, Kyle, I hope if, some of our viewers here, whoa, almost got in the crease there.
What an attack. Didn't step in, got close. They're going to count it.
You got to ask what happened there on the Chapman defensive, well, they're getting together now to communicate exactly what went wrong, which is good to see, such a leadership style of the Chapman Panthers. But let's just see what went wrong exactly.
Looked like 24 was chasing there, and we had 45. That was Nicholas Griffith. I think he was thinking he was working on a dodge project and was just watching him there, not remembering that he's in the play, not here in the studio like us.
That's right. I'd have to say the same thing. We're looking back. After that hit, Bollinger may be a little shaken up, and maybe that played a part in this goal being scored. So Bollinger's going to come off the field. We'll get confirmation what exactly is going wrong. We hope that he is okay. You got to worry after falling on the ground, especially with your head first. Concussion is always in play. So we hope that Bollinger is okay. He's got some fist bumps from the opposing team. And the backup goalkeeper number 41 for the Chapman Panthers, senior Anderson Marks, comes in from Granite Bay, California, to hold down the fort for Bollinger while he gets checked out by the medical staff.
Yeah, and Anderson Marks coming in, 5'11", 180. Definitely a big body there in net, so I don't think the Panthers are going to be too worried. Coming back in.
And a near
offsides there, but
yeah, near offside call, but the ref, 13 minutes remaining. I guess they just happen to look the other way. Now, Clemson Tigers down 7-12. The match is not over yet. 13 minutes is a whole lot of lacrosse, Kyle.
Definitely, and these refs have their work cut out for them, as a game like this can start to get heated when you have a team that's tired, worn out on back-to-back. We got to watch those players, and hopefully the only person we see walking off today is Bollinger, and that, it's not too big. I think it was just a little concussion protocol there. A little better to be safe than sorry, as we're working it down here. The Panthers coming in hot. That was Nicholas Ursino.
Ursino with a little magic with that cradle. You saw he went up and under through the defense to set up the Chapman Panthers offense.
These freshmen of the Panther squad are looking good out there. They are not afraid to step up to these big bodies and showing their heart out there with these freshmen and all the seniors and juniors that they're playing against. Big shot.
Having a go, Dante.
Miss, unfortunately.
So shout out to these freshmen for the Chapman Panthers. That was Dante with a great shot on goal, and then another shot on goal for Liam Nelson. Proves to be too much for the goalie. Man, just when we mentioned all the freshmen, the senior said, no. We are the men here on this field, and look what we can do.
It looks like we got all the old timers up front scoring goals with Liam Nelson and McGee, but those freshmen in the back end and the mid are just supporting these guys out there. Without the play in the back end by the defense, we wouldn't have all these goals being scored by the Panthers. So it's just great to see. Not only are we seeing the seniors and the leadership step up, we get to see a light into the future of this Panther squad, and it is looking bright.
That's right. Some of the best play we've seen from Dante DeCalabis as well as Charles Beasley. I mean, these guys are really doing it.
McGee started getting his comfort zone there. That was looking a little scary if you're the goaltender for Clemson.
That's right. McGee is like Jokic down there in the post. As soon as he gets the ball, it's automatic. Something is happening. There is a point that will be scored.
I mean, if it wasn't for Connor McDavid being McJesus already, McGee's a close second.
That's right.
With these goals he's scoring and the way he plays out there on the field, it's going to be exciting to see the rest of the season and what he can provide the Panther squad. As we get set off of the dead ball, Panthers got it. Cups check good. Back up.
Morris
behind the X. Oh, whacking. You want to know you're getting whacked. Morissette, you better move. Rolling around. Almost drops it, and he's still battling out there. Now Nelson picks it up for him, gives it back to Morissette.
Morissette just refusing to give up that ball.
Coming in hard. Misses wide. Almost a little quick play on the far side, near side juke there. McGee back behind the cage, spinning, moving it up. Back to the top, a little missed pass. Panthers got to run it out before it crosses the X there.
Call field's offside to give Chapman possession to Clemson.
Offsides called there by the ref. That's why the players were trying to sprint it out.
Yeah, Hartonov, he just tried to stop himself before he went over that midfield line, but it looks like he got a little pushed. And unfortunately crossed the line, says the ref. But doesn't matter because the Chapman defense comes up once again with a turnover. Chapman ball. Their defense really came to play today, Kyle. Jeez.
They really did. It's just exciting to see. Defense wins championships, and this isn't a championship, but it's definitely very, very exciting to see this early in the season to have this kind of defensive play. It can only be bright lights moving forward here for the Panthers.
That's right. This is certainly a statement from the Chapman Panthers.
Nelson with it. Shaken. Clear line. Shot, but a big save.
Chicago 14. Liam Nelson.
By the way Galatano looked down, it looked like he caught that in his stick there, but he did not. So Chapman gets another chance.
McGee back up. Over to Nelson. That's Jackson Waters that's in between Nelson and McGee on that play. That was an attempted shot by Nelson, so it will be Panther ball.
14, Liam Nelson.
Luke Morissette with it behind on the X. Coming in up top. Little chuck there. Almost made it over the reaching shot.
Came out with the Derek Jeter turnaround off of 1 foot. Almost got that in, but a great stop.
Panthers back with possession, though. It's like as soon as the Clemson Tigers think they can breathe, Panthers are just swarming.
Yeah, you got to assume that the time of possession for the Chapman Panthers is just heavily in their favor. These Clemson Tigers looked overwhelmed, tired, flat-footed, whatever you want to call it. It's just not their night.
Not a night for them out here on the Best Coast. Panthers with it, working in deep, a little pass play, but it is wide of his intended target. Big pass up. Again, working it in. Shakes off even after the check, almost to the head there. Coming off. rolling. Little pass behind the cage to McGee. Up. Across play. Oh, he almost had him beat there.
Oh, look at that cut back.
Another shake. Another cross to the middle. Almost connected with his target. Back on out to Morissette.
Takes a look
back
at the clock.
to McGee.
8 seconds left on the shot clock. He's trying to make something work.
McGee battling. Out. Shoot. Oh, it's in low, but it's in the crease, so it can't get in there.
42 for Chapman Nation.
Oh, that was in a dangerous spot, but being in the crease, offensive players can't approach. Nelson out there like a beast. Look at him coming from behind.
Yeah,
watch
absolutely
out.
Great ride by Nelson there.
Let's give it up for 14, Liam Nelson, the assassin.
Liam Nelson, the assassin, coming all the way around from the left side of the field to the right side.
That was Will Leonard with it. The long stick midi on the Tigers, just getting hounded by Nelson.
And Nelson gets the break he deserves after that sprint attack. So the Clemson Tigers, with 7 minutes remaining, down
Lucas
13-7.
Lucas Tinney behind the cage, trying to make something happen for these Tigers. Needs to move the ball. There he does. Up to the sniper Jackson. Down low, but the goaltender with his save after coming in to replace our goaltender Jason Bollinger. That is Anderson Marks with the save. Throws it up to his fellow Panther. He's in this one already.
That's right, Anderson Marks. I mean, you know, he just finds that ball and pun intended, he marks it. He knows where it's coming, and look at him, the 5'11" big frame, taking up all 6 foot of that cage. Nothing could get past that big boy.
Little snipe
Shot
attempt.
Chapman, 12, Grant Cavan.
Cavan trying to get it through, but just couldn't quite squeeze by. And now the Tigers trying to give a counterattack. They're coming up hot. They got to make some changes. They're going to throw it back to Landon Snyder behind the cage. He's working. Nick Griffith back there with the long pole saying, "Not sir."
Woo! And what a over-the-shoulder goal from Ian Jackson.
Goal comes at 6:03.
What a
Ian Jackson.
snipe, Ian Jackson.
Sophomore.
You expect nothing less from the star player, Ian Jackson. And again, I believe it's off the assist. We'll take a look here at the replay from Snyder, who also had that diving assist earlier. Yep, there it is. Assist and boom.
Wow, behind the back too. The old, I'm going this way, the ball's going that way. Beautiful play. Way to keep a heart and a light for these Tigers. Jackson coming up big.
That's right. Still a lot of time left. 6 minutes. 13-8.
Yep, no. That's going to be the Panthers with possession coming down the long pull. Camden, what a clear, buddy. Get back to your side and enjoy that rest.
Man, those long strides of Camden. Just like an antelope, just getting down from one side of the field to the other like nothing.
Checking in 6, Charles Beasley.
So good to have someone like that in the back end that can get in there aggressive, not afraid to take a couple whacks to get that ground ball and make the clear for your team. Big charge here. Almost got it in, but a big save by Matthew Galatano.
Save Galatano.
That was Ben Neustraighten coming in.
Neustraighten wanted that real bad.
Checking in 5, Shannon Hanamoto.
Getting some fresh bodies in are the Panthers as they're looking at that score and how much time is left on this clock, and they're going to get some rotations and let some guys get some touches, build the confidence on those guys that aren't quite cracking the top starting lineup. So it's good to see the Panthers working the feet, working the bodies, letting their players get that confidence that they're going to need for the rest of this season as they finally play the division coming up in the next few weeks. Big snipe for the Tigers. That was our beautiful playmaker, Landon Snyder, who made the pass from his knees earlier, getting a snipe for the Tigers.
That's right, the gentleman from Horseheads, New York. Of course, you mentioned we've been seeing him on the other end making assists. And now he takes things in his own hands. Landon Snyder
Digging in Aylers, 13.
digging in there for a
Troy Kennedy,
snipe.
55. Michael Morrison.
13-9.
On the wings,
They're making some
12.
noise, Kyle. Let's see if they
Neal
can come back.
for Clemson.
Still, like we've said, a lot of time left. Chapman Panthers need to keep their head in the game.
Cooper Ehlers in there for the face-off. It's still a battle, and Panthers are going to come out with possession.
Position Chapman.
Get that start going, and then you'll see Ehlers go off. That short stick defensive midi, who's another face-off
Checking in
specialist.
22, Jack Worth.
His role, if the face-off is lost, he
Checking
has to
in
stay
Dante.
back and play defense. But because the Panthers
Checking in
came up with it,
17, Jackson
he's going to make
Wells.
the quick change and let our snipers get out there.
That's right. Great insight, Kyle. You know, it's almost as if you played lacrosse before in your life.
You know, I did in another life. Not this one, but way back when, in another time, I guess. Actually, a lot of my knowledge of the game came from watching the Premier Lacrosse League, which is just exciting to see that they're growing out their sport, you know,
Yeah,
especially these
100%.
guys here. We're watching these D1 athletes. These could be some future Premier Lacrosse League players. And they did a great special, kind of talking about the history of the game, and it's a beautiful sport out there. It's really fun to, once you really understand the game and the meaning behind the game. It's just a lot of respect for these players out here.
Yeah, no, I agree. It really is a beautiful game. It's a very underappreciated game, you know. It doesn't get a lot of talk in the media, but it's one of those games that
Shot on goal, Troy
I feel has the potential to grow into, you know, nationwide. And of course, it's played nationwide, but I just mean on the media level. I feel that it has the potential to do that. Like, you know, you're seeing it with volleyball, sports like that, where they're growing more fandom and popularity. And you hope to see lacrosse be that next sport up.
Oh, definitely. And this is just men's lacrosse here that we're watching tonight. If you've ever watched a women's lacrosse game,
oh boy,
they don't even wear helmets.
That's right.
They have like less padding. They wear goggles. They look like banshees out there. They're
superhero
wild.
yeah.
24, Charlie Durante.
I believe Wonder Woman was like created off of a woman lacrosse player or something, because those girls,
Ball
they're
fields
just
offside,
fantastic to
possession,
watch.
Chapman.
They're savages.
Yeah,
That's
no, such a fun
no
time.
other way to explain it.
Yeah.
And we'll actually have some of our women's lacrosse games covered here on CSBN. So exciting times here at Chapman University as we are growing in all places, all times.
Checking in 8, New Stratton.
These
Checking
Panthers
in
trying to grow their
26,
lead.
Elijah Rudman.
Yeah, stop this comeback that the Clemson Tigers are kind of building, but 2 minutes remaining, a little under 2 minutes. Can they do it? We'll see. Might not be enough time, but they are definitely working hard till the very end.
Big pickup there. Good battle.
And we're taking
Elijah Brugman coming up with it. Talk about that next man mentality. These are guys that we haven't seen at all today, and they are playing big minutes in the end of this game, and they're coming up huge. Oh, behind the cage in front. What a play and a goal by the Panthers. I was just saying his name, Elijah Brugman. Brugman, oh my gosh. He just came out with that dig on that battle up at the midfield, got the whole play started, and finishes with a big play up close.
That's right. The MIDI specialist saying, let me show you guys what I got on the attack end. I can be an attackman too. Bing, bong, boom. You know what they say. This game might be over.
Cooper Ehlers going to step in for the face-off after that. Beauty of a goal. You know, I was sitting here trying to think, like, what has been the best goal tonight? And it's kind of hard. There's been amazing goals on both ends.
Certainly. I mean, all the way from a diving on the floor assist to Ian Jackson, from the 3 miraculous goals in a row from Mick G. I mean, it's tough to call, but even that one right there from the boy Brugman doing his thing, coming in from the midi. taking it back around on the X side and circling around for the goal. It has been an amazing game with amazing goals.
Back engaged, Jason Bollinger.
Kyle, I certainly had a lot of fun calling this one with you for sure, and our CSBN team. This was an exciting one.
This has been a great time. This is only our second lacrosse broadcast that we have done at CSBN to this level, and I have to say it has gone wonderful. We have a great crew behind us at the control room, on camera, out on the field with Justin. It's just been a great time tonight. Thank you to everyone that's here, and thank you for watching at home.
That's right, Kyle. Shout out again to our producer, Nathaniel Rudolph, the man in our ear, really holding things down for us. And of course, director Zoe Franklin helping us put all this together. And then our entire team with CSBN really killed it tonight. The cameraman sitting out there in the cold. We love you guys. And you can see as we enter the last 10 seconds of the match, the crowd is standing. They're excited for their Chapman Panthers as they walk away with a dub. 4th win of this season, Kyle. These Chapman Panthers look like they're in for a great year.
Yeah, they have the start that we want to see, coming out, battling. They were down a couple points in the beginning of the game, but they didn't let that faze them. They took a deep breath. They took that timeout, and they came out, battled hard, put their game plan to work, and it has definitely paid off. Panthers throw it up to get the last couple seconds here, wind it down.
At the end of regulation,
Chapman Panthers 14, Clemson Tigers 9. What an amazing game here at Wilson Field, Ernie Chapman Stadium. Parker, what was your favorite moment of that second half?
Oh man, well that is such a tough question. I'm telling you, this game was full of them, full of amazing moments. Look at the team celebrating. You know, they are proud of what they did today. They came out, had a game plan, and executed it perfectly. Shout out to the Chapman Panthers for completing this dub. Kyle Carr, Parker Bell here with an amazing night here with the CSBN crew. Now, we got to talk about the main man, Mick G. How do you feel his game was today?
Oh, how do I feel his game was? I mean, what is there not to say? This guy came in kind of quiet in the first period. We didn't really hear his name much, didn't really see much from him. But that second quarter, just all of a sudden, Mick G, the only name we were calling for a while there.
That's right. He woke up.
Natural hat trick. Natural hat trick. 3 goals in a row. That weren't the only 3 goals he scored. He scored a couple more down later in the game. It was just fantastic to see. But also on attack, next to him, putting some balls in, sniping them left and right. Liam Nelson, tell me about what you saw from him today, Parker.
That's right. Forgive us, Liam Nelson. If you're watching back on this, we know we called you Liam Neeson several times at the beginning of the match, but you proved to us that your name is one to remember. So Liam Nelson, shout out to you. And then the team in whole, everybody did a great game all the way from the top to the bottom, freshmen to seniors. You all did it. So to look at some of these plays and some of these players that we saw have an amazing game, we're going to toss it along to our highlight package, and we'll show you how some of these Chapman Panthers did alongside against the Clemson Tigers.
That was that big snipe from the Tigers earlier. Coming down, Nelson, cross cage, top corner. What a beauty. Now we got Mick G putting the moves on. Or actually, no, that wasn't Mick G.
The freshman Charles Beasley, who we mentioned, all the way from the seniors to the freshmen. They were all competing and doing work today.
Big save by Bollinger. He was putting up all sorts of saves. He was even coming out on the attack and ended up having to leave the game because of taking a big old check in the midfield.
That's right. You're seeing him there. Bollinger, you know, that one got past him there because Ian Jackson is a man who knows how to play. The sophomore Ian Jackson is kicking butt all season, up to about 16 goals on the season. But Bollinger, we got to give him a quick shout out. We hope he's okay. We haven't gotten word yet, but you know, keep an eye out on the Chapman Panthers lacrosse, you know, Instagram page for injury updates and such. If we can get word on that, we will. But the Chapman Panthers come out victorious today. Kyle, our MVP of the game. You're seeing him in some of these highlight packages. Who else but George McGee, baby. That's right. And there was the last goal of the game. But Kyle, why don't we talk about George McGee? I mean, again, the old man, as they call him on the team, the 26-year-old grad student. You heard his name the last time they battled. 7 goals against the Clemson Tigers back in 2021. So he's still got it. Those legs are still wheeling and dealing. Kyle, just why don't you give us a little bit of you know, his style of play and his leadership that works so well for these Chapman Panthers?
Well, I mean, you're definitely going to see it when you look at the way that he played here. Our MVP showing off everything that he can out on the field. McGee came out, you know, like in The Hangover, what do Tigers sleep of? Well, or dream of? It's McGee, because he's definitely a nightmare for these Tigers. Putting in all the work. Look at these goals, all up in close, near the crease, either working from the X into the front, shaking off defenders, putting them in the top corner, bottom corner, selling high corner, selling low corner, put in the opposite. Look at that play. Quick pass, turns and shoots. And this little tic-tac-toe from Nelson and McGee. This is why we called him Liam Neeson all night. He's an assassin out there when he's got McGee with him. And then another one. This is just everything that these Panthers want and need is in McGee. And he's setting that example for the freshman.
That's right. So he didn't get the 7 goals he got last time, but he got the 6. So here with the MVP, George McGee, is our boy Justin Lee. Let's hear what George McGee's got to say.
Thanks, guys. I'm here with George McGurk, the MVP for Chapman Sports tonight. Had a huge performance out here. 6 goals in total, all in all. Hey, what does this mean for your guys' team in terms of statement win?
Oh, this is great. I mean, a new coach this year, first game as a head coach, so we're really happy to get a win for him at home. It's our first home game of the season, so just really excited with the way everyone battled out there. It wasn't the prettiest win, but they're not always. We're going to learn from it, and we're going to keep moving forward.
You guys were down 2-0 in the first quarter. You guys had 1 timeout, and it seemed like everything just switched on after that point, and you guys were winning on the ground ball game all night in time of possession. What was the difference in that timeout?
So lacrosse is an interesting sport. It's really like an energy game, a game of runs. So a lot of the times the team comes out with a little bit of fire. You got to do our best to respond from that and try to carry that energy into our next possession. And we were lucky to get a few good possessions, kind of keep that energy up. So.
Good to hear. You got so much energy on the sideline over here. There's so many guys yelling out there. It's absolutely insane. What does that tell you about this team, you know, cohesion overall, and like what does that represent for you guys?
I mean, we need team guys on the team. Obviously, not everyone's going to get on the field every game, so it's our party cats over there on the sidelines. They're keeping us up. They're keeping the energy up, getting everyone excited, fired up for the next possession. So those guys are a tremendous part of our team. We love them so much. So.
For sure. You guys were screaming out a lot of different calls out there. You guys had one that was interesting, Rockin' Ratatouille. What does that mean?
So Ratatouille is our favorite movie on the bus. We watch it at least once every road trip to some people's pleasure, and others, it's not their favorite movie, but it's a masterpiece, so we decided to name a play after it.
For sure. How are you guys going to celebrate this big win tonight?
8 hours of sleep, a lot of water, good breakfast in the morning. We'll get a little walkthrough before our game on Monday.
All right, for sure. Well, enjoy the win, man. Congratulations. Night.
Hey, for watching. Really appreciate it back home. Everyone tuning in. Just going to keep it going.
For sure. This has been Justin here on the side. Now, back to you guys.
All right, guys, that was Justin Lee alongside the MVP of our match, George McGee. And now everyone back at home watching, tuning in, if you had as much fun as we did, we know that maybe there's some new lacrosse fans, and these student athletes, they work their butt off to have games like this against teams like Clemson Tigers. And to maintain that, it's a pay to play. That's how they do things here at Chapman. So if you loved it and you want to learn more, take a look here at this QR code and scan it. You know, you can learn more. I'm sure they got it on the Chapman Athletics website. So again, this has been Parker Bell alongside
Kyle Carr here with you. We just want to thank everyone at home, in the studio, on the field, and all of our Chapman family. Thank you. Kyle Carr, Parker Bell, signing off.